Hello, and welcome back to another game in week 2 of TBI League. Today, we've got Jager bombs versus Hiroshima Sun. Into it with the ban phases. I've seen Mira banned basically every single time on Chalet. I don't think Mira's been allowed past once, so I'd be surprised if that happens again.
No, probably Mira
And
and
there's
Ace. Yep, that's what I would assume
mhm,
too.
not surprised whatsoever. And honestly, I've seen interesting bands. We've sometimes seen the Kaid band, I think. We've sometimes seen what else do we have? Bands. There's usually more hard breachers on the attack side as well, closed off. Maverick's a common band too. Oh, we'll get the shield.
Well, I think Reese is a known Shield player. I was saying this last week, and I don't think he went on it very much, but he might be saving it to play it in the playoffs potentially, because from what I know of him, he is a Shield main.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, trying to hide the strats a little bit. Unfortunately, we're broadcasting it right now
Oops,
to
whoops.
the league. Whoopsies. Sorry, Reese. All your secrets are not safe with us. But as a little interesting factoid, I did actually cast the Hiroshima Suns versus Aqua Team game last week, and they won their Chalet match 7-3. They had actually a perfect defensive half with 4 wins, since they did start on attack before. And it'll be interesting to see if they manage to keep up that defensive power that they were showing in week 1.
Well, it looks like we're getting a bar set up here. They do have a shield. They didn't bring a clash. That's okay. They have the catcher, the shield. They're definitely going to be holding blue here.
Yeah, I'm betting Bro Chill is probably going to be sitting on top blue. That's usually where you want to be putting the Wamai anyways. We got Warden setting up the shield at the top. We've got the walls getting reinforced last minute on site. Let's go. And attack is rolling off. We got Rinser rotating, I think, to the roof. A couple attackers moving there. I think there's a bit of a push on trophy side as well. So I think it'll be a pretty standard clear just across the top part of the map. At least that's what I'm suspecting. Oh, never mind. Captain Yuri is crossing horizontally on the first floor. Getting all of the cams. Making sure no one's ratting in the hot tub. You definitely don't want your back turned to that if someone's just prone there. The drone will have spotted out the shield. And it's actually a Warden playing at the top there. It will be Goat Michi. Unfortunately, all those Wamais are useless against Rinser's Flores. Shield goes away right away. Very nice headshot though onto turn. Doesn't matter. Goat does not need the shield at all to keep holding blue. Bro Chill meanwhile holding patient here on the double window. Another headshot there and cleaning up Rinser who went down at the window as well. It's all up to Captain Yuri and Nova. Just waiting patiently. They're trying to see whatever they can do, but man. Goat Vici at the top there has just been locking everything down. A couple of shots from Worm as well, who's just hiding in the library corner. They know, I think they suspect Warden is cheesing a little bit. You know, they can see the tip of that gun. Oh, and Nova looking away just at the wrong moment. There's just a little bit of stall going out here. And both nades are captured by the Wamais. Nova going down to go. Captain Yuri at least getting the trade, so it's not going to be a flawless round, but does get C4'd at the end by Reese.
Great defensive round from Jager bombs. They really did not let them push through that blue hall. They held that shield really well. They weren't able to get rid of that.
They held the shield, honestly, even when the shield wasn't there. They played it as if it was. But with that, we are going to be sitting on a blue screen for a moment as we load up.
I'm gonna bet they go upstairs next, because no one likes defending basement.
Maybe. Again, we definitely don't see a ton of kitchen site. I wish people would pick kitchen more because it's my personal favorite. But I am not surprised that you were correct, Spicy, in deducing that we get top floor. Just play kitchen. It's just like a top floor defense, guys, and then you just need to fall back. It's like cafe. Come on.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's a site that no one really likes to play. It's not comfy. I'm always worried about someone flying through the hatch in kitchen.
Yeah, it definitely does need a bit more of a spread out defensive position. But it's just so much more satisfying. If you can keep control of top floor, you basically have verticals onto anywhere anyone wants to plant.
I like the castle here. Because if defender or if attackers repel on this main window, it's a really easy way to cut the site in half. So by castling off, it just adds that extra layer of protection.
Yeah, that is a classic castle window. Unfortunately, it usually does get burned very early, but still worth it just to force attackers to have to clear it. It is, yeah, it is nicely doubled up with the doorway castled off as well.
Ooh.
And oh, early pick there. Reese goes down to Zonus. We've got the Nomad getting a pick. C4 doing a bit of chip damage to Captain Yuri, but he's still totally fine. Brochill knows that he's trying to walk up these stairs. Trying to hold down Solar all on his own. Spots spots Captain Yuri walking in. He does actually get chased off a little bit from the bathroom. Playing further back, and we have a couple of shots being fired through these footholes. Brochill holding the angle onto top Solar, making sure that it's going to be risky for anyone to hop in the window. We do actually get wormed down in the meantime. Probably from the ash on the stairs. Does get rescued. As more shots come flying in. That's spooky. Oh, we've got Blackbeard right here on the corner trying to chase that worm. Worm impacts himself to death, but Chipper does at least take Captain Yuri out. We have quite a few people here on Solar trying to push their way in. Shots coming in. Have a lot of long angles, though, from the office. I feel like attack's getting stalled out a little bit here, just sitting in Solar. Never mind. Rinser walks into sight, gets a pick while we get a bunch of trades in a very fast fashion. Rinser gets another one on Brochill. And it's all up to Goat Michi to try to lock in this defense. So 1v2 for him. Here's the plant going down. Is he going to try to pressure here? No, it looks like he's going to let it go. I don't know. I probably would have wanted to try to push there because then you're at least guaranteed a 1v1 while one person's busy planting. He's got a fight ahead of him now and a time limit too. Stalling out, I think, a little bit here in the piano room. Trying to get some angles onto all the holes that attack has opened up. Does get Rinser, though. He's got about 10 seconds to try to find this final kill and then get the defuse. He knows that someone's here.
Oh!
Crazy spray, but Zonas with the prone in the middle of the floor gets away with it. He almost misses it, too, because he decided to look away.
Do you think that punch was, like, trying to be a sound distraction? Or do you think that was a misclick?
I feel like that's probably a play on a sound. Trying to scare Zonus a little bit, trying to bait what position he's going to be peeking.
Yeah.
All right. But we get to go to next round now. Currently 1-1. Goat Michi very much an MVP player. They did not quite lock in the last round, but it's a good start for them.
And we get to go to kitchen, so that's fun.
Yay, let's go! No basement. Aha. To be fair, I'm just very biased against basement. But that's just me.
Well, basement is a hard site to hold, especially against certain teams. So I can understand them wanting to go kitchen, but it will be interesting to see what they do here. I do see the Captain Yuri still sticking the Blackbeard. So we'll see if he feels like he has a lot of success on that. They were successful last round for sure, so.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Again, shields continue to remain very powerful, and Blackbeard is definitely one of your best choices, especially considering you do get to use a normal gun with the shield still up.
Yes, very true. But then your feet get all exposed.
Yeah. It's definitely, you know, it still takes some skill to play him, but for people who might have a little bit of iffier aim, you know, it does protect at least the core of your body. Captain Yuri crossing just the roof right now. I think he might be trying to rotate over to support his team by library, it looks like. We have a couple shots being traded now. Chipper holding the library box.
Ooh.
A couple drones coming in, and he gets caught on Zonus! Beautiful, beautiful cross right there. He does have to be a lot more careful, though, because if he opens both of these windows, he can be peeked from both sides. I think most of library has been cleared, though, so he doesn't have to be that careful about library window. Yeah, he is actually rotating off. But we do have library control. I think there's some flank drones being set up. Captain Yuri collecting intel with this Blackbeard shield. He can just safely walk up. Doesn't have to worry. Worm does get spotted out. I think Turn was actually down somewhere off screen. But he does get picked up. Nova as well, top library. Everyone really worried about this flank. But I don't think it's really coming. Wall is being targeted, but Bandit's tricking. He does get his toes shot a little bit by Captain Yuri. Captain Yuri chasing him off. And meanwhile, Zonus gets another pick onto Reese. Doing very good work right now, leaving the defense in quite a bad man-down situation. Even worse now, as he gets his third of the round, he's looking for these kills. Plant is going down as well from Rinser. He's made it into sight. Trying to shut this down, but it does go off. It's all up to Worm and Goat Michi, but Worm, it goes down, and it's a 1v5. Goat's trying his best.
Ooh.
Getting flashed and just completely blinded and bullied by this Blackbeard right now. Just running for his life. And finally, Captain Yuri decides to put him out of his misery. I don't know. I think that's a little bit of bullying. Don't you, Spicy?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so.
Just a little bit of bullying right there.
Whenever it's a 5v1, I think the shield should just, you know, put it on their back, take an honest pistol gunfight. Maybe not in Blackbeard's case, but
Blackbeard should just go jump off the roof. I didn't say that.
well, no, we won't see him again this game since that ban just came out. Yeah. At least not in this attacking half.
Goodbye, Blackbeard. To be fair, again, absolutely incredible operator. Like, I am not surprised to see him play whenever he's up. And we get to go next.
Well,
as soon as we're done enjoying our barricade.
I do think that they're going to have a bar unlocked again, so I assume they're going to take that because they held that very well.
I would not be surprised. That was, again, the one defensive site that Jager bombs managed to win. And we are going to be seeing it again. It was a very strong hold, too. I believe it was Goat Michi on the Warden previously that just locked it down. He is swapped to the Azami, which, if he decides to play the blue staircase again, does technically give him more shields to work with. He can just spam those Kiba barricades.
Did they have the Goyo the first round? Because I don't remember that playing into their hold here.
I am not totally sure. I think they may have had Goyo, but I don't remember. I think Worm was actually... I think Worm was the Goyo, if I...
Yeah.
He was playing in Library in the rat spots. Alright, we see the castle set up, making sure to close up a couple of these windows. You're gonna have to burn some utility if you want to open that up. Or if you want to be slow, you can just punch it. But that always runs the risk of someone taking a peek at you. Top floor is getting cleared though. Zonus on the thermite. He's gonna want to blow up the office walls as soon as he can get in and confirm it's safe.
We do have a suicide player there.
Yeah. I believe that is Worm. That's actually seems to be his preferred position. Just hiding in the corner. To be fair, it is a great spot to hold to just make sure that attack is gonna have to really work if they want to take a library. And you see he's holding very long angles towards K9 window as well. I think that Kiba barrier is maybe just slightly a little bit awkward in getting him a nice angle. Shield on top blue has been knocked over. I think everyone's actually moved off of top blue at the moment. Though Brochill is taking it back. Chipper is down, and so is Goat Michi to Captain Yuri. This is looking like a very different round than we did the first one. Hiroshima Suns with the man advantage, 5v3. Zonus is making sure that no one else is going to be walking up blue and locking that down. He does take control. Oh, and spots out Brochill. That means 2 people left. Worm making sure it's not going to be flawless, taking out Zonus. But it is up to Worm and Reese now to try to keep this locked in. Turn actually downed, but does manage to get picked up.
I think he hit a frost mat. Yeah, he did.
Ah. Of course. Classic frost mats. You gotta love them. Ooh, another 2 good picks from both Worm and Reese. It's 2-2 now. Worm coming back into sight. He whiffs! What is this? Reese managed to clean up Rinser, but oh my gosh, what a mess was that. It's all up to Nova, who's got the defuse. Worm playing very aggressive here. Trying to stall out the time. There's 30 seconds left. Nova trying to drone him out. I think Worm will probably hear that coming. Playing right on the wooden pillar. Trading shots back and forth. Worm decides to rotate out. Nova has a suspicion that this is where he's gone. But there's just so little time. Oh, and his toe spotted Worm! Come on! Oof!
Yeah, that was a rough prone there.
That was the wrong spot to prone.
Was that door still castled? Like, why didn't he just run into fireplace and force the plant?
I have no idea. Because Worm was actually playing on the bottom fireplace stairs, so I'm pretty sure it was open.
Yeah. It definitely was, because he ran through it earlier, yeah.
Yeah. That does give Hiroshima Suns the round point, so they are up 3-1. A very nice attack from them so far. Jager bombs are gonna have to work to try to bring that score count back to a more even number. And it looks like we get the rotate to top floor right away. I'm surprised that they didn't try to play back bar games, and maybe they just weren't feeling as comfortable considering last time bar did not go the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing we're going to see Captain Yuri switching off of RAM, since this is the top floor site. Although I do see people use it just for the sound utility.
Fair enough, fair enough. Again, it looks like a pretty standard setup. I'm not too surprised, though there are some pretty late setups going on as the round has started. We're still missing a couple rotates between the sites. And I think there is a little bit of early peeking actually coming out from Reese, who's on the K9 window. Everyone bypasses it, though. We are seeing the Master Double getting popped immediately. Zonus looking for some picks. I'm surprised it's Zonus, since he is playing the Thermite, so you're going to be losing your Hard Breach if he does get picked off from the window. Does look like the rotate has been towards Solar side now. Maybe the Hiroshima Suns have spotted a bit of a weakness here. It is Brochill trying to lock in Solar, playing the owl position. Ooh, Captain Yuri downed immediately. And a C4 perfectly set up to pick off turn as well. Very, very strong position held by Jaeger bombs. They have the player advantage now. 5v3 in their favor. Zonus is just firing some shots on the... Two people actually repelled on the master window. Is a bit interesting. We do have the rotate off. And Zonus is potentially going to try to enter trophy. Gonna get droned in, but... Again, the attack is definitely a little bit in shambles. They're gonna have to try to find something. They do know that Brochill is playing this position. So Zonus is being very careful. And oh, does get the pick though. So that does open up Trophy as an entry point. Rinser picking off Reese as well. So we're back to an even 3v3. Smokes being thrown deep into the closet box. Unfortunately, Chipper. Chipper finds Zonus right in the middle there. They were not ready for... Zonus was just not ready for someone to be peeking from the rotate. 3v2 in favor of Jaeger bombs. We're gonna try to open this wall, but Nova just dancing in front of Rinser. That was a little bit awkward to try to get a hold there. Him taken out immediately though by Goat Michi. Get the trade. We get the trade. Nova doing work. It's all up to Chipper and Worm as Nova tries to make his way into sight. Needs to hunt out where these defenders are playing. Maybe try to bait a plant? Oh no, he gets shot through the soft wall a little bit. He does have another stim. Yeah, he does choose to use it. That's good use of utility. And it doesn't matter though because Worm finishing off the fight. You know, maybe just a little bit of revenge for last round. I don't think it was Nova that picked him off, but at least Worm closed out this round.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. We are seeing Worm playing quite aggressive this game, I think, and maybe it's gonna work out for them.
Yep. Honestly, the scoreboard looking mostly even across the board too. With I think only Turn having a bit of a quiet game at the start here.
Yeah, but that can always turn around.
Yep. Sometimes, you know, you'll just start off quiet. It's just a warm-up, right? And then you'll get on fire later.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
For me, I feel like my first game is always hotter than the second one. I don't have the stamina to keep it up.
Fair enough. I'm sure it's different for everybody. But we do get to go basement. We do get a showcase of the basement site. So that will surely be interesting.
It looks like we might be running a boiler rotate here if they choose to set it up. Nope. Reinforce that off.
You never see the boiler rotate anymore. I feel like it's definitely gone out of meta. And everyone's off. We have Turn and Nova on the hard breachers here. I'm sure Turn is gonna potentially go for one of the main walls. It's looking like a big garage take this time. They're gonna try to push wine cellar instead of opening the main door. We actually don't have wall or electrical wall denial at least. Goat Michi actually taking a bit of damage from an early gunfight. While Captain Yuri enters big garage. But yeah, we do have the mute and we have Chipper on Tubarao to try to stall out these walls. Ooh, and Reese taking a bit of damage too as Hiroshima Suns are pushing up this hallway. I don't know if he should keep peeking this. He's been hurt quite a bit. Oh, he spots another player, but man, just can't find the angles against them. He's actually doing, I think, a decent job of stalling out though. Playing aggressive on this doorway, but Worm goes down to Zonus.
Yeah, I think from that
Meanwhile-
window repel.
And Reese finally finished off. Couple nades coming in. We're trying to knock out the mute jammer so we can open the wall, but Zonus hanging out a little bit too long on that doorway. Gets taken out by Michi. 3v4, but honestly, none of the walls have been opened yet. I'm sure that Hiroshima-sans want to. We'll probably be seeing it soon. There we go. That's the wine cellar wall open. Everyone on defense is basically watching all of these walls right now as they get opened up. It's gonna get very scary very soon here. As Brochill tries to lock down the blue 90. Nova with a very long angle. Just all the way across site. Everyone's just playing the waiting game now. I think Attack is looking for potentially something else they can knock over for a pick. But Planks is going down. We've got the execute starting. Chipper knocked down. Bro Chill knocked down. It's all up to Goat Michi, who is in a 1v4. He's all the way back. He was, I think, expecting a flank, but that flank never came, so we just got a direct push into Wine and the plant down. Needs to try to find where these attackers are now. We've got, I think it's Captain Yuri that's prone. Oh, and we got a flank from Rinser. Goat Michi just standing around, dawdling a little bit too long there.
Yeah, I wanted to see a bit more urgency there. Like, as soon as the plant was going down, I'm sure they were calling it. Goat Michi definitely could have started pushing up. Because even if there was a flank, his presence there might have helped.
Yep, and with that, Hiroshima Suns get 4 attack round wins on their half. It's a very nice half. And swap over to the defense. I'm definitely interested to see if they keep up their currently perfect defensive half wins. Because when they played Labs as well against Aqua Team Goon Squad, they also had 4 defensive half wins. They got the perfect defenses. I don't think they've lost a single defense yet in this season, so...
Okay.
They gotta keep that record up. Let's see it, Hiroshima Suns. I'm sure Jager bombs don't want to let that happen.
Well, I do think Hiroshima Suns was predicted to be one of the strongest teams. I can't remember who took the #1 spot, but it might have been Hiroshima Suns. So I'm not surprised.
Yep. Some very strong players on their end.
Attackers need to
As we
locate
get
and
to
defuse
our
the diffuser.
round swap. Again, not surprised to see both the Mira and the Ace immediately out, followed up by some shield operators. We don't want to allow that Blackbeard action, or the Clash either. Which, to be fair, I have seen on the top blue before.
Yes. They're choosing not to run the castle. So attackers are going to have an easy time at least opening up angles.
Yep. You have to use slightly less utility to get that open. Instead, we've
10
got...
seconds to go.
I think we've got Zonus mainly on the mute for some
5
intel
seconds to go.
denial, and then Nova with traps. Maybe expecting...
heading out to
both
defuse
Nova,
the bomb.
actually, and Rinser on traps. The Legion and the Frost. Expect probably going to be roaming a little bit. We do have Monty walking over. Chipper here. Playing the Monty, maybe looking to open the main window. Attack a little bit all over the place, actually. Everyone's... it looks like there's, yeah, pressure here on the trophy side. We've got some pressure as well on the fireplace side. Potentially Jager Bomb just trying to find some sort of opening, see where they can walk in, find a weakness. The zombie barricade is spotted, and Goat Michi's actually getting droned in. Making sure to clear most of the master side. Have a fast entry into the office as well, so Monty can just walk in. Oh. Well, Rinse are taking a bit of chip damage there. As Chipper just continues to point them out. He's happily just sitting here. He knows Frost doesn't have any gadget that he has to worry about. He just hang out and be like, yep, Frost is still on blue. Ooh, get a bit of a smoke here to block intel. Captain Yuri trying to have some defenses set up, but they're immediately shot out by the player on the flat roof. I believe that position's called flat. I don't remember anymore.
I think it's called slant.
Or slant. Yes, you're right.
Nope.
You are correct. Ooh, Captain Yuri taken out by Goat Michi. We said Bro Chill briefly down. I think that may have been Frostmat. Does pick himself up. Goat Michi picking up Nova as well. It's actually Hiroshima Sun's falling and having the man disadvantage, but there's 3 players on the side of Jager bombs that have a sliver of health. 1 bullet and they're out. Trying their best to find some sort of further opening so they can start their execute. Bro Chill taking out Rinser, and it's all up to Zonus in turn. Though Zonus finally fighting back a little bit on those fireplace stairs, decides to back out and rotate around. Turn trying to lock in the main site while Worm gets a beautiful pick and Rinser gets taken out by Brochill's Frostmat. Plant is going down. Zonus rotating to the top floor, trying to get an angle and stop Plant. Think they'll be able... Yeah, they do manage to get it down, but Monty does lose his life for it. Zonus needs to find 2 more players. I think he does get some intel on someone playing here on the dining. Yeah, we've got a lot of yellow pings here. Zonus not... Oh. Zonus not quite finding that angle, but I think Reese certainly does.
Yeah, it looked like they had a drone right on him. I would have liked to see some like pre-firing through the soft wall.
Yeah, I was surprised that we didn't get any pre-fire and trying to catch him through that. But with that is actually no, yeah, the defensive round win streak for Hiroshima Suns immediately broken by Jager bombs with a beautiful execute.
I do think we're gonna see a bit of a turnaround here. It is a pretty even game currently.
Yep. And you know, sometimes Chalet can have that attacker-sided vibe, you know? Maybe the vibes are just in favor of attacking on this map today. It does tend to be a map where it can easily be for or against attacking or defending. You know, it's just one of those maps. All right. And we get top floor as our second pick. Again, not really surprised by the setup. Nothing super crazy here. We got some Thorn gadgets set up. Hunting a couple drones out. We're not gonna find them right now, at least from turn. And as our round starts, we do have decent amount of people spawning on the cliff side, though Ash, Goat Michi, is coming in from the campfire. Getting an immediate pressure here onto K9. Worm trying to clear bar. Actually, it looks... Yeah, it looks like primarily going to be a library-focused take. We're immediately taking out Rinser, who was trying to do a very ballsy run-out. And Captain Yuri taking a little bit of damage as well. Does manage to escape. I think that will be library control given up. We've got Chipper on top. Mez has cleared it out. We do have drones making sure that there's no one ratting in library 2, so that Worm can get in without an issue. We have a little bit of vertical play too. Actually, Captain Yuri taking some fights. I think that was against... Yeah, Goat Michi on the Ash. Goat Michi coming out on top there.
I don't know why he stayed there.
Even having cams on him, it didn't matter. And yeah, just again, the defense is falling apart here for Hiroshima Suns. Looks like the electrification is in too ratty of a spot for anyone to figure it out, because we do have the Kaid claws, so they're easier to hide from all of your EMPs. Goat Michi does finally get taken out, and Chipper as well due to Zonus. He was on the flank. Gets away with his life and playing around bar now, so Attack's gonna have to be scared of him. Zonus taking a bit of a fight with Reese. Decides to back off for the moment. Just keep pressuring Attack. Suddenly, what looked like Hiroshima's defense falling apart, coming back together was Zonus' flank. Oh, Turn getting naded, though, is gonna make it a little bit worse, but we do get the trade. Nova ready for that hop-in. It's 2-2. Reese is... They have intel that Zonus is here on blue, and Reese is keeping an eye on that. Oh, he looks away, trying to stun. Zonus taking a lot of damage, but man, that crossfire was just too much. Bro Chill finishing the job, and it's all up to Nova to try to lock this in. Holding a C4, waiting for Attack to have to walk through this library hall.
Oh!
Goes down and he gets the double! Oh, man. Hiroshima Suns managed to recover and get a beautiful C4 finisher.
That was, yeah, quite beautiful. I don't think I appreciate the power of C4s enough, especially like late game when they have to push through a bottleneck.
Yeah, they didn't get the wall open at all. They had timer running out. He just knew, right? He has the C4. They're gonna have to push into that doorway. And even if he only got one pick off of it, that would have been critical to just turn that round around.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
But we are going back to bar. Hiroshima Sun's gonna try to replay this and lock it in this time. Again, nothing super crazy being set up. We do have Rinser on the Vigil. I don't remember if he played Vigil last time. I don't think we saw it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We do have a bandit this time, which I don't think we had last time for the bar stocks.
Yeah, definitely interesting, because you don't always see electrification being played on the bar site. I wonder if they just want to make sure... Yeah, they are just locking in the office walls.
That's just a weird bandit, because it's going to be really easy to shoot.
It'll be easy to shoot, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You don't usually see office electrified unless you take the Cade and like electrify it from below. That's the more common spot you're going to be doing it. So we'll have to see if that works at all, but really, like, anyone just walking in will see it. Ooh. Rinser seeing Chipper on that blitz immediately smokes and decides to potentially bait out that he's going to be running down the hallway. Instead, sitting right above this window, though I'm pretty sure they would have heard that impact go off. It does look like Jaeger bombs are backing off a little bit from that angle. We actually have Chipper rotating all the way around. And they have intel on where Rinser is. It's a little bit of a late ping, but they do know he's around. Rinser still waiting here on the window, waiting for someone to hop in. I don't think he's ready. But Zonus, with a beautiful cover, picks off Chipper, who's trying to hunt down Rinser roaming. That's some great time waste, because I don't think the rest of Attack has managed to get too much done. Reese actually picking off Zonus as he sprays the K9 double. Worm making their way up, taking solar control. Pushing forward with Goat Michi. I don't think... They don't have anyone to really drone this top, so they're manually checking everything. There is Rinser hiding out in the office. Not sure if they're going to be ready for this, but the guns are up. They are watching. Oh, never mind. They are not watching. What is this? Never mind. Rinser gets 2. How did you guys not check office? Come on. Brochill gets the trade, but it's a little bit too late here as Turn picks off Reese and Brochill's all alone in the 1v3. It doesn't really matter that he's opening all of this up. Man, come on, guys! You didn't drone that? Did no one check? Oof. Brochill does get another. He's got to win this 1v2 now. He does have the time. 45 seconds left. That is enough in the round. But I don't think he's got a lot of intel. He's just gonna have to be face-checking everything. Doesn't know where anyone's hiding at the moment. These hatches are gonna be very risky drops. Trying to catch anyone off their guard. But just not seeing it. As the timer ticks down too, there's not a lot of time left. Brochill's gonna have to find something. And ooh! Gets hit with a crossfire, Turn finishing him off. Yeah, that was a very difficult situation and very, very well played by Hiroshima's Suns. Neither of the final two defenders peeking out too aggressively, making sure to force the Hibana at the end into the crossfire.
So I wonder if they did try to drone Master because it was the Vigil, but then like surely someone would have called that there's like Vigil sparkles there. I just don't understand.
Yeah, you'd assume that there was intel that there is a Vigil around.
But we are on match point now.
Yep. Hiroshima Suns looking to take this map home. It was their map pick. And currently, they are having quite a nice showing on it. We did get 2 round wins in a row. So I missed if we're going to the basement or the kitchen.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
But
as they
it
can.
does
Basement.
look like we get the basement. Yeah. Alright. And nothing super surprising here on the operator pick side. We've got Valk for some intel. We always love to see that. Turn's got the Maestros. Potentially going to set them up to help with plant denial as well. Can always see through those smokes, of course. And we've got Zonus on the Bandit, which, again, usually it's a good idea to have wall denial, even if it's relatively easy to clear. You want to make sure that the attackers are still bringing operators that have to deal with you.
And defuse a bomb.
But we have our attack beginning. And it does look like potentially a main wall take. Worm is looking to clear at least the library side with Zonus on the roam. That means there's not going to be any bandit tricking. He does have 2 bandits in pocket, though, so I'm surprised. I think the fallback is smart
back,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I was just like, if he gets picked off there with 2 bandits in pocket, oh, that's iffy. Worm is clearing this top floor. They don't see Thorn. They don't see Rinser on the Thorn. Oh no, is this gonna be another Rinser flank moment? And it's shut down! Worm making sure to be ready for it. I wonder if that was a bait. I wonder if they had intel that he was gonna be ratting around here. Goat Mitchie hanging out actually on the opposite side on Wine Cellar. This doesn't look like where the main push is going, but attack is looking all over the place right now. Does look like he's trying to put at least some pressure here on the opposite side. As Reese is gonna be planning to open up the main wall. That means defense is pretty split since there are 3 defenders left. Since Zonus was also picked off. Goat's just looking to see what picks he can find as the floors continually get opened up further and further. Valk with a C4 doesn't find anyone, but Reese finds Nova and Turn gets taken out along with Goat Mitchie. Captain Yuri with a sliver of health trying to lock in this site, but it's not going to help because Worm finds his head through the floor. And Chalet's not quite over. Jaeger bombs fighting it out, not letting Hiroshima Suns just get that free victory.
Definitely still winnable. I do think the Jaeger bombs has the lineup to try to do this, and I do like to see that Reese keeps playing around with going shield. Because so far we've seen Chipper be their shield, but I do think Reese could turn the tables there.
Yep, we'll have to see this run because, again, we see Reese pick it, but we do have attacker repick, so maybe he'll swap off. Who knows? It'll be interesting. It's going to be a top floor defense again. You have to remind me, I think Hiroshima Suns have won. I think they lost one of their top floors. Or maybe I'm thinking the opposite way. No, I think they may have held this.
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they've had a pretty decent track record. I think they lost one bar attack. Or they lost one bar defense, and then they won top floor. I'm pretty sure of that. So they're probably feeling pretty comfortable on this site. And they won both their top floor defenses, I think. No, sorry, they could only have had one. Yeah, because we got the C4. We got the beautiful C4, if you remember, Spicy.
Right, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah. Apologies for me just losing all of my memories. As we get a bit of a bottom floor setup here from Rinser. Trying to make sure that attack won't have quite as easy of a time dislodging any of the players hiding in office. Reese waiting to push in with the Monty shield. It's going to be waiting for at least some sort of confirmation to make it clear. As he makes his way through Fireplace. Make sure to check his corners. Slow and steady, as you want to see it. We do have a mezzanine setup, but no one actually playing it. Reese making sure that there are actually no ratters here. They're going to be clearing library for free, but we do have one rat hanging around in the basement, where rats belong, one might say. Oh, Goat Michi and Nova having a trade-off, though, very early on. Not quite sure exactly where that happened, but, you know, we are 4-4 now. Electricity trying to be cleared, but it is Zonus with the Kaid, so he probably has those claws in awkward positions. Rinser picked off the flank cover much better this time from Jaeger bombs. Reese getting stunned a little bit. We're still waiting for the electricity to be cleared. Again, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to find these claws. As Captain Yuri picks off Worm, and we're back to a 3v3. Oh no! Chipper being chipped down to low HP. He was just not ready for Captain Yuri staying on the defensive. We see actually the thermite gadget being used on the floor so that the toes are going to be exposed in office. It's hard to say whether it'll actually be useful for attack or defense. Because they're going to have to find very particular angles to be useful on it. Chipper trying to put some pressure here on office door. I think he's worried about a C4 toss, potentially. Gunfire coming in. Zonus making sure to cover the office wall. Chipper picking up Captain Yuri, but taken out by Turn's Thorn Gadget. We do have Bro Chill downed as well, but there's 6 seconds left. And Reese has to either plant or find he's not going to get it as he gets picked off by the Thorn Gadget. Absolutely no time left for attack, and that is a victory for Hiroshima Suns.
Well-deserved victory, I think. They played that map very well. And that last Thorn charge on default was beautiful. I think that's exactly
Yep.
where Thorn charges should be played.
The classic place. You always want to have something tricky right on default plan because you never know if someone's gonna have to try to execute last second when you just don't have time to clear it.
Very true. Okay, well, with that, we're gonna go for a 5 to 10 minute break, and then our next map is going to be Lair, I believe. So we will be right back.
Welcome back to Jager Bombs versus Hiroshima Suns. This is again week 2 of TBI League. We are going into map 2. We get Lair. Previously, our map 1, Chalet, Hiroshima Suns pick, won it 7-4. And now we get to see Lair, which is the Jager Bombs pick.
Yeah, it is interesting that both teams picked attack first, which makes sense for Chalet. Don't tell Dropout that, because I did give him an earful when he picked attack first on Chalet on our first week.
Oh no.
But we also lost pretty handedly. But regardless, it did work out for Hiroshima Suns, and maybe this will work out for Jager Bombs, although I haven't really felt that Lair is too much of an attacker-sided map personally.
Yeah, it does tend to be with the newer maps, which technically Lair still is kind of new. That everything will start up off defender sided just because it's a bit easier to defend something where everyone's a little bit lost. And once people start figuring it out, it'll start evening out a little bit. So it's interesting to see what Jager Bombs have cooking, because apparently they've got faith in their attacking abilities here.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So I'm pretty sure if this was their map pick, it would have been Hiroshima Bombs, I think, picking side.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
So you're probably right that it's just that one of them must have picked attack first. So we'll have to ask them in their interview.
Yeah. Also, you guys will have to forgive me. I am a lot more rusty on my Lair calls than I am on most of the maps, just because. Again, this map has not been out for very long, and I haven't been playing Siege for a little bit, so I'm gonna try my best. Alright, we see the server hatch being opened up as attack is getting ready to push forward. I feel like, man, the entry into this map too can sometimes just take so long because you spawn so far away from any of these doors.
Yeah.
You have to you go on a little bit of a hike to get into sight. And oh, Thanos immediately hunting down Pulse. I feel like maybe Worm is a little bit early with that call, but it does probably move Dom off of the main position. Does look like we also have a sub, or at least we have a player rotation, since we've got Dom in instead of who's the last Hiroshima player? Was it?
Oh, that's probably shoot, I can't remember. I need to look at the list.
Rinser, I think. Yeah,
I think that still is Rinser. Maybe he's just playing on a different account for some reason.
Oh, okay. Rinser just swapping accounts. Okay then. Well, I'm gonna be calling you Dom because that's what I see on my screen. All right. Anyways, we got a little bit of vertical play here. Nova taking a fight, but not really being able to do too much. He's actually on a sliver of health. We get a pick right away. Zone is taking out Goat Michi. So that is Ash down from the side of Jager Bombs. Still have a lot of just stalling and hanging around. Have quite a few angles working to be opened. Bana opening going for the wall in Ops room. So there's a very long just head hole line now. Players to mess with. Unfortunately, the wall is electrified into sight. So unless someone wants to go below and clear that out, since I don't think we have any EMPs on hand, we're gonna have quite some trouble. all of attack really here on this ops room side. They're kind of being forced to pressure through Mez and figure out some sort of angle as Brochill gets picked off by Nova, who's hanging around in the office. Zonus gets knocked out by Worm. It is a 3v4, but a lot of people on slivers of health. Dom taking out Reese. And it is not looking good for attack right now. Worm trying his best, but unfortunately there's too many angles to cover. Nova with the final 2 picks. And we go into round 2. Also, I have a friend telling me that I should mention that I've played Valorant more recently than Siege. Is how long it's been since I've played Siege.
Well, how recently have you played Valorant?
Like 2 weeks ago?
Okay.
I played a couple matches. Yeah. One of my friends wanted to play, and I was like, okay, I'll try.
Well,
I'll try again.
You still have a working knowledge. It's hard to burn it out of your brain when you've spent this many hours learning the maps of Siege, I think.
Yep. Ooh, we get to go basement next.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see how Jager Bombs chooses to attack this. It does look like with their current lineup, they're gonna maybe clear from garage instead of getting the hatches. We shall see.
Yeah, honestly, the basement I like as a site, but again, there are definitely a lot of soft floors that you can get angles deep into sight with, and you do have to make sure to at least try to stall top floor a little bit. We do have Chipper on the Blackbeard. Again, this shield was allowed through. Again, very powerful shield players. We do... Ooh, Dom on the pulse. Just making sure to spot out where the attack is coming from. Just sees everyone trying to sneak their way in. It's Goat Mitchie just constantly getting spotted out. Just, he sees more. Trying to get some angles. Don't think anyone's really getting the angles just yet. Windows getting shot out in top floor. But again, this top floor roam serving to stall out, I think, quite a lot of times. What is that? Is that 3 defenders on the top floor? What is this?
Yeah.
Site is virtually undefended. I think there's actually Val and... Or, Chipper. Yeah, Chipper goes down to turn. As Valkyrie takes his head off. Had a little bit of a standoff. But this is some great time waste, honestly, coming in from Hiroshima Suns. It's only now that we get a couple players moving, trying to push towards site, taking off turn. So we are back into a 4v4, but with all of these holes opened up, so long as we have Striker or Worm on the top floor covering, they should be safe, but we are gonna get some pressure on the top floor. I think Zonus is looking for a flank.
Oh.
Not quite sure where he is. No, never mind, Zonus push, just swinging everything. Gets 2 players, Captain Yuri finishing off Worm at the top too.
That was very unfortunate siege timing. His Worm was holding that.
Yeah.
He was holding that right up until he looked away and then Zonus swung in.
Classic. That is classic siege timing. Yeah, that's all it is.
Good 2 opening rounds for Hiroshima Suns. It must feel good.
Yeah, again, definitely Lair starting off looking like a defender-sided map.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
But we'll have to see. Jaeger bombs have a lot of work to do. We are going to get our tertiary site here. It is bunks and briefing.
I always hate attacking this site. It's just it
It's
feels like it's so
awkward.
hard to get the control. I know that the main strategy is to take above, which I'm guessing we're going to see here, players pushing through ops to get our
Yep.
six-room control.
Yeah, and we do see the defenders setting it up as well because it is, again, one of those sites where you kind of hold top floor to keep control of the floor below you. I'm gonna get some mute jammer set up as well to prevent droning. And we are beginning with our attack. Looks like going to be an ops side take. We're gonna clear across the map here with Reese on the Monty. Ooh, C4 coming in! He actually, does pick up Goat Mitchie. That is your Grim down following Reese. Dom making his way up Mez stairs to make sure to support his team. He got a beautiful C4 pick there. Honestly, I'm surprised that Jager bombs weren't more ready for some pulse play because we've seen a lot of pulse right now coming out from Hiroshima Suns. We do have Chipper joining Reese. Another C4 burned, this one doing no damage. We do have a lot of work to do clearing out the rest of this top floor. And if you remember, right, they may have control here on some of this top floor, but the site is below them, so we still have more to clear. As Dom gets another pick against Chipper. Hanging out in the bathroom. Just waiting patiently. Reese making sure to ping everyone, but Zonas from below takes off his head. Those vertical angles working against Jaeger bombs. We get one down against Nova, but Bro Chill is the true casualty. It's all up to Worm to try to lock this in, and it doesn't matter. Flawless round for Hiroshima Suns.
I'm surprised they let that pulse just sit in bathroom, especially after you got that first kill. I guess second kill for the pulse, but
Yeah.
I don't think they put any effort in to try to clear him
I
out.
feel like that attack felt just a little bit disconnected. It was all harried and all over the place. Maybe that early death just, you know, frazzled up Jaeger bombs that little bit that didn't let them coordinate the way they should have.
Yeah.
But we are on to round 4. So far, a perfect defensive rotation coming out from Hiroshima Suns. And they get to go back to top floor. Not really changing up the lineup too much. Dom still playing that pulse. And I think we've got, finally, an IQ here coming out from Reese, potentially to hunt down the pulse.
I would think so, yeah.
Ooh, Nook pick as well. Though I don't think Nook is invisible to pulse gadget.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. Probably just trying to be sneaky across the cams. I wonder if Goat Mitch is going to try to entry somewhere weird. But again, we see Dom hanging out here. They let Dom get away with murder. Will they let that happen again? Making sure that there's no drones hanging out by the drone holes. As Goat Mitch is, yeah, looking to pressure. I think that's the first floor. Yep. Droning through the shooting range. Making sure that Pulse isn't just gonna get a free pick again this time. Oh. Does spot out Dom, throwing out some nades to make sure that he's not sitting anywhere. Ooh, and gets the pick! Actually taking out Zonus. Dom alive, sorry. he gets away with murder again, but it does cost Zonus. So we do have Pulse up still, but we have Reese who's just tracking him through the floor, keeping an eye on where Dom is hiding. So long as that intel is kept steady, I'm sure it's not going to be too bad to deal with. But you are dedicating one op to try to hunt him down. Again. You need another op. Ooh, we have a little bulletproof camera. Finally it gets punched out, and we're finally clearing out the barbed wire as well. A little bit scuff coming out from Worm, but Dom here knows that people probably still hunting for him. And he sees, oh, he's gonna get us, he's no way, no way, come on guys, you can't do this, you just keep letting Dom get away with this. And Nova coming up again, picking out Worm, oh man. Bro, chill, and Worm down for the count, it's all up to Chipper and Reese to try to figure it out. You can't, come on, don't leave Dom all alone down there, guys. Man, Chipper downed, Reese trying to make something happen. He's pretty much in a 1v4 at this point. People are dropping and messing around now. Smokes are blocking him. He can't do anything. Dom with a final pick.
At this point, I think they need to run a Deimos because they need to clear out that pulse.
Yeah. Guys, what are you doing? You did not kill the pulse. You needed to finish him because, as we saw, Dom managing to pick up more kills.
Yeah, and that was tragic because IQ was down there in storage trying to clear him, but just not fast enough.
The issue was that attack pushed further up than IQ could cover.
Yeah.
Right, IQ needed to start walking into lobby and clearing lobby out, but because Dom was just allowed to hang out there for free, he got the spot and the C4.
Dom's sitting at 6-0 right now. Captain Yuri at 5-0, so they're definitely feeling good.
Very, very strong showing here on the lair from Hiroshima Suns. But of course, this is the defensive half. Eventually, they will have to also attack this map at one point.
5 seconds to
Got 2 more rounds to go here, and we get to hang out in basement.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Dom continuing to stick that pulse. I'm not surprised by that. Like, who wouldn't after this kind of performance on him?
I'm still surprised we don't see the Deimos.
Yeah, no Deimos and no IQ either. I wonder if Jager Bombs thinks just because it's basement that Pulse wouldn't be brought, but honestly, why wouldn't you bring Pulse? We're opening a couple doors. And we see Dom right there with his gadget out hanging around, trying to spot where he's hiding. We have Reese and Chipper both on shield ops. To a certain extent, as much as you can count Osa as a shield op. Shooting out a couple more doors. A couple toes being targeted. Right now, a really good stall. Again, coming out from Hiroshima Suns, Dom just sitting in stock. Has not been chased out whatsoever. Could just continue to hang out in that corner. Goat Michi pushing into the first floor. It does look like they're probably going to be going for hatches. Both Worm and Michi up top. Trying to make sure that no one is hanging out here. I'm surprised there's no drones to clear this. Michi does have a drone in pocket, so he's just kind of running straight through potential, like, lines of sight.
Ooh.
It's a bit brave. Reese taken out in the meanwhile by Zonus. I'm getting a little bit of the vert opened up now. Worm trying to make something happen. Have to constantly keep the guns up, too. Because there is really no flank watch here. Michi trying to make his way in. Oh, gets his head taken off by Nova. He's just casually waiting for that walk-in. And he spots Bro Chill as well, who loses the next gunfight. Someone trying to mess around with some prone gameplay. Chipper getting a little bit bullied here.
Oh.
Worm trying to help out, does pick up Dom, and we get Zonus knocked out as well. It's a 2v3, but Jaeger bombs with so little health to work with. Worm on one. One bullet will take him out. We've got a lot of toe angles opened up here, and no time to work with either. That's 5 seconds left. What is this? Hit by a goo mine. Worm is gonna go down, and an impact takes out Chipper. Oh, kind of a poor showing here from Jaeger bombs right now. It's been a rough attacking half.
Yeah, I too hate attacking lair, but I think they might have wanted to just play it a little bit more aggressively. On one of the attacking rounds, almost everyone wasn't on site, and that could have been a gap that they could have hit.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Jaeger bombs feels a bit disconnected as a team on these attacks. A lot of the time, these players are being picked off one by one. There's not a lot of coordination going on, and when we do see some attempts at coordination, the timings and the positioning are not quite right. So this might be something that they're gonna want to look at if they do end up reviewing their VOD and their match replay, because there's definitely room to be droning and finding some of these gaps that Hiroshima Suns are definitely leaving in their game. But Jaeger bombs are failing to take advantage of.
We do see Dom finally switching off the pulse and going Thorn.
Ooh, a sneaky little Thorn gadget. I don't know if that's gonna be badly placed, because I think you usually want the Thorn a little bit into the barbed wire. I might be wrong. I'm not the best at Thorn gadget placement, so I'm sure Dom has it in a great spot. I am a silly, not a Siege gamer right now, so. Alright. Do have pressure onto, I believe that's the display window.
Yeah.
Reese peeking a little bit. Since again, this is the briefing site, so I expect attack to have to clear this top floor a little bit. We do have Captain Yuri waiting here for a push. That smoke was poorly placed. That was quite poorly placed, because it completely blinds Chipper, and Captain Yuri gets a free kill. Worm, unable to take advantage, does finally pick out Captain Yuri, so we do get the trade, but that's still unfortunate, losing a man trying to get through that smoke. C4 is being ripped, we definitely hear that. I don't think, doesn't go off right now. Reese losing to turn in a gunfight. Oh, C4 coming in, very nicely shot by Goat Michi. Still have a lot of vert to open up. Brochill picking up Nova, and Zonus also going down. We are in a 3v2 situation with actually a lot of time left on the clock. This is finally looking a little bit more in favor of Jaeger bombs, but they do still need to execute onto site. Dom on the roam, though. Do they have any flank cover? Oh, it looks like he will be going back to site, though. Yeah. He's going to be pushing back to site, helping his teammate on turn, who is in sight, and right now no one's open angles on him. So he's just patiently waiting. You definitely don't want to drop that hatch, because Turn does have eyes on that, and so does Dom. There's a big crossfire on that hatch. Flash is coming in. Ooh, Goat Michi faster on the gunfight there against Dom. Turn does take out Worm, though. As the plank goes down, it gets stopped by Turn, and it's a 1v1 now. Turn versus Goat Michi. And finally, Jaeger bombs take a round as we get a win. The 1v1 goes in favor of Goat Michi. 1-5. Jaeger bombs finally get to defend. And so we get to our ban phase. Ace and Mira. I feel like all we see are Ace and Mira bans. Come on, guys. Can you be more creative? Let me play Mira, please. Please.
I do like the Vector. The Vector goes burr, you know?
It does, it does. You know, I've had to play the Goyo if I wanted my Vector fix because I never get to play Mira anymore.
Yeah. Do you put the ACOG on it though? Because I can't handle that.
If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I'm a 1X player.
Yeah.
I just play the holo.
We do see
Alright.
from Hiroshima Suns that they're pretty evenly spread on the scoreboard.
Defenders, protect your
Quite the
property
definition of teamwork.
attackers.
Yeah, wow. Very impressive numbers right there. And I think Turn was hunting for that 6th kill, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough since he got taken out by Goat Michi.
Yeah, it was close though. The fact he was able to kill Planter right before they got the plant down. That was good.
Yeah, it goes to show you that Hiroshima Suns, basically every player on their lineup is putting in the work.
10 seconds left before insertion.
But we get defense. The role swap. We'll have to see if Hiroshima Suns struggle as much as Jager bombs did on their attack. Do have a slightly different loadout of players though. Goat Michi playing the Vigil, and no Pulse on the team. Honestly, probably a good idea considering Dom immediately goes for the Deimos to try to hunt out any roamers. And look at this clear. Zonus getting droned in. We didn't see quite as good, I think, roam clear as we get from Hiroshima Suns right here. Essentially just getting a drone right in front of him. But we still actually get straight into a fight. Goat Michi coming off worse in the fight. And look at that. Look at all those cutoffs. He may have gotten away, but man, that was so much health he lost. And Hiroshima Suns were just waiting for Goat Michi to run into those sites. A little bit of an aggressive play there from Goyo, and it's Zonus is actually knocked out by Goat Michi. You know, again, leaving that roamer alive punishes the attack, guys. You do have to try to finish the job. You can't just play as if no one's here.
Yeah, but you also can't let them waste like 30 seconds to a minute.
Yep. It is definitely a delicate balance. Gomichi just hiding on the green stairs right now. A couple of drones coming in. Ooh, a zombie spotted out, but no damage traded. We're burning the Goyo charge here just to make sure it's not going to be a problem later. Vigil being hunted out by Deimos. Do correct me if I'm wrong, does Vigil's gadget block out the Deimos track?
I think so. I think that's the error we just saw.
Yeah. Goat does get downed though, and Dom takes a bit of damage but does finish the job, while Worm gets the trade. So Deimos is off the board, and Turn also finished off. This looking like a round so far going in favor of Jager bombs. 4-2. 3-2 now though, as Nova picks up Reese. Worm opening up a hatch in case they want to run any sort of strange flank play. Captain Yuri and Nova need to figure out a position to plant, but there's a lot of people trying to stop them. Bro Chill gunning them down. Plant is going down on default, but constantly getting chased off of it. Captain Yuri picking up Bro Chill though. That is the bandit that was trying to fight the planter. It's all up to Worm and Chipper. Also, Worm probably not going to be able to get this plant. Yeah, it's protected by a desk as Nova picks up Chipper. The Solus play not quite working out, I'm sure, as Worm wanted it to. And now he has to try to figure out where the defense is hiding. Again, a very nice crossfire being set up from Hiroshima Suns. We've got server hold and top mez.
Oh.
And yeah, we're having to cover so many angles. There's no intel. Just nothing he could do as he gets swung. And that puts Hiroshima Suns on map point. Again, that round looked so in favor of Jager bombs, but Hiroshima Suns just managing to win those ones. Get away with it.
Yeah, it was smart for them to plant on the desk. I like that they rotated from that initial plant spot on that one like tucked wall. That was probably the game-winning decision there, at least the round-winning.
Yep. All right. But with that, we are going to be trying to defend top floor once more. Jager bombs choosing to replay the site. To be fair, they had a very strong starting advantage. But it just fell apart right at the end.
5 seconds
The
left
teamwork
before
that Hiroshima Suns have is just very, very good. We see Goat Michi again trying to stall out in the first floor roam. I think we're getting a bit of a rush play potentially on Mez side, but I think most people are going to the roof. Yeah. I saw a lot of people gathering right by the mezzanine door, and I was a little bit worried, but it looks like they've rotated off of that. Gomichi actually choosing to hide in just kind of a corner, potentially avoiding getting droned out. Though Dom is on the Jackal this time. He's looking for toes. He's gonna find Vigil the old-fashioned way. Actually, a lot of gadgetry that Thatcher can spot out. Gomichi trying to hide and stall. I don't know how much Hiroshima Suns is being affected though by Goat Michi's roam, since it doesn't look like most of them are on first floor. Reese gets taken out though by Dom, who does just push into Ops room. So very good early pick here from Hiroshima Suns. Looking for another as he's spraying the players. Worm does win out on that one though. So we're back to a 4-4. Goat Michi just messing around a lot. Worm picking off turn as well. As Chipper goes down to Nova. The walls to site are open. And there's a lot of angles being held right now. Looking at... And what do we get? Captain Yuri immediately getting plant down. It is spotted out, I think. Vigil might be too slow for that. The impact goes out, but yeah, just way too slow. And Worm, though, with a beautiful flick, taking off Captain Yuri's head. And getting another! That's... Zone is down too. It's all up to Nova to try to lock this in. He picks two! It's just a 1v1 against Nova. Is Worm gonna be able to clutch it up? He misses! The timer is running out. He needs to try to take this fight or just defuse. Oh. And he gets it! Worm absolutely clutching it for his team. Jager bombs get another point on the map. And don't let Hiroshima Suns win just yet.
That wasn't just a clutch, it was also an ace.
Incredible.
Worm showing us why he was once an S-rated player. Maybe Worm is coming back. He is hard carrying his team right now.
Yep. We have quite a few quiet players on Jager bombs right now, but you know what? Maybe this is the momentum shift that they need.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And now we get to see a new site, the basement site. Coming out from Jager bombs defense. We are continuing to run the Goyo. Again, just a very good operator for stalling. Chipper choosing to bring out the rook, give everyone just that little bit of extra health.
Well, now that Rook has a Nitro, I think he's pretty viable. It would be nice if they could have paired that with like a Valk maybe, because we know they're going to clear upstairs.
That is a good point, yeah. Again, Nitro and Shield basically the best tools in the game for defense.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
But it looks like we have a relatively standard setup. I'm not seeing anything crazy, but also again, I'm no expert on lair defenses. Seeing some top floor roam setups, again, very important, just because you don't want attack to get top floor for free so they can open up the entire floor against site. Bit of pressure going in, at least against the defense here. Just shooting a couple of drones. I think that's Chipper there, shooting drones.
That's an interesting external wall. I don't know if I've seen that being opened up too much.
Yeah. It is technically... It could technically be good if someone just wants to... Yeah, pressure, yeah. Except everyone's ready for it. Worm doesn't quite get the pick he was hunting for. Meanwhile, Turn taking out Reese. That is Goyo down. And now I think Chipper's also getting pretty heavily pressured because there's actually a Blitz and Ying lining up to clear out Chipper. It is Nova and Zonus probably gonna execute in a moment. Yeah, very spooky, bit of a standoff as meanwhile Goat Michi takes out Turn. So we get a 4v4 again. As we continue staring at this standoff. I think, yeah, Chipper does back off a little bit, so we do eventually get more control. Goat Michi taking out Dom as well, and it is a 4v3 right now in favor of Jager bombs. Flash is coming in. Nova trying to push forward, but we do get stalled out by the fire. Worm picking off Nova. And now Zonus is kind of alone with a lot of people watching him, and Captain Yuri making his way through lockers. He knows that there's a player on the shield. So he does take Brochill's eyes off of Zonus, as Zonus is rotating over. Looks like they're going to be regrouping and trying maybe just a slightly different push.
Yeah, the Thorn rework making it so you can't sprint is quite debilitating now.
Oh yeah, that's a very powerful buff. Zonus making their way through. Oh no, the Thorn gadget! Alright, Zonus does get away, mostly, but both Captain Yuri and Zonus on very low health. Trying to take out these last couple of players. It's not quite gonna work out for Captain Yuri. And Zonus is also trapped outside of sight as everyone is trying to swing him. We get TK, but Goat Michi eventually takes out Zonus as well. You know, sometimes the blood gods demand blood. And if your teammates are in the way, what can you do?
Well said. Worm wants us to not count that death, but I think we have to. I think we have to.
Yeah, yeah.
He's still hard carrying his team, although Goat Michi is getting quite a few more kills now.
Yeah, it feels very much like the Worm and Goat Michi show right now from the side of Jager bombs, trying to keep this map alive.
I would like to see a bit more action from Reese. I do know that he used to be a pretty highly rated player, so I wonder if he's just having a quiet map.
Yeah, I mean, again, sometimes, you know, it's not your map. Maybe Reese wasn't fully on board with a lair pick and feels a little bit uncomfortable. We do have Reese actually playing the Clash now. Clash is open. And we are seeing the rotation to our tertiary bomb site. Bunks and briefing. Everyone's favorite. We get to defend top floor. Let's go. Basically just pretend it's top floor defense, and then that's how you play the game.
Yeah, because the last time when Hiroshima Suns was defending, I don't know if Jager bombs ever went for this external wall here.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Because that's the
It's
alternative. It's if you don't want to
yeah.
fully commit to above.
5 seconds remaining.
It's still useful to open too, even if you are doing a full above commit, just because it helps prevent any defenders from hiding in that corner
Yeah, true.
right by the wall. But again, it's not quite required if you're focusing more on the green side and the vertical. We do have Chipper with the castle, making sure to make any sort of push over to the top just that much slower. Nova making sure to nomad off just some of the flanks on the green stairs side and the green hallway. And Dom looking to entry right into top green, and we immediately spot I don't know what was thrown there. Oh,
A beeper.
yeah. That was interesting. Goat Michi caught off guard there, and Nova picked off as well, so a bit of a gunfight trades going on here. Main wall is opened up, so that does leave Reese in a bit of an awkward position, considering he can't just leave his back blindly positioned one way or the other.
Oh.
And oh no, Chipper getting picked off by Dom. Worm taking out Zonas, actually. This is actually some very nice Monty gameplay by Dom. Anyone turning their back to him, he is pulling that pistol out. He's looking for it. Very good bait plays right now. Dom, sliver of health. And, alright, Worm is allowed to escape this time. I think that will be top floor given up to Hiroshima Suns, but there's only so much soft breach right now since it's Captain Yuri and Dom left. A very scary hatch to try to drop into. Here's the C4 rip. Not sure if he got it or not, but definitely is going to be scary to be pushing onto this site now. Yeah, especially with Reese just sitting on the Clash. I think he may have, yeah.
No, you missed the zoom P. They got it there.
Yeah. Clash is still up, stunning Dom. Honestly, Dom in not a great position. He actually pulls the shield onto his back so he can push forward and be just gun up along with Captain Yuri.
That's so ballsy.
Gets away with the camera knock as well. They're very scared of this flank, though I don't think one is coming. Maybe rotating. Ooh, maybe trying to flank themselves and catch the defense off guard. Dom runs all the way to the other side. Captain Yuri on a sliver of health and taken out by Reese. It's all up to Dom, and it's not going to work out. Bro chill with a final kill. It's looking very possible to see an overtime right now.
Yeah, we're seeing a very, like, defender-sided map here.
Yep.
So.
Reese locking in the Clash again, and we are going to top floor. Though I feel top floor is not a good map for this team for Jaeger bombs because it took Worm getting an ace to win them.
That last
win
time,
them
yes, you're right. You're right.
Like, this is very risky to be playing this again. You know, I know you probably don't want to play the armory site, but top floor, Hiroshima Suns have proven that they can take it, and they were a 1v1 away from being able to take it once more and finish off the map. It was all due to Worm's ace that actually kept them in the running.
We do have Chipper on the pulse now. Maybe trying to... maybe inspired by Dom's pulse play.
Yeah. Honestly, a good pick, especially since we're not seeing any sort of ability to hunt down a pulse player from the Hiroshima Suns. There's no more Deimos on this side. Dom opting to play the Monty instead of a gun. Or, I mean, Monty does have a gun, but it's just a pistol, so, you know.
It's not a real gun.
Yeah, it's not a real gun, okay, guys? Though, to be fair, he was doing plenty of work on it last round. You know, you gotta give it to Dom. That was a good, aggressive Monty play. Alright, we're just getting a bit of last minute setup. Pulse is getting some intel onto the door entrance. I think he's just waiting to get a shotgun kill, though. If anyone decides to try to walk in here, they're gonna have to contend with a shotgun waiting for them. I'm very patient. Zonus hitting a goo trap as he tries to pressure along with Dom, who's just on the hallway, just hanging out, pressuring site players. Oh, Clash rotating over. This is a nice play, just being an annoyance. If you guys remember the Clash change, Clash doesn't actually do damage anymore, but it does still slow the players down. Ooh, walls getting opened up. That was right in Brochill's face for a second. Goat Michi taking out turn, though. That is Thermite down. Captain Yuri with a trade onto Goat Michi. Reese on a sliver of health, though. Has abandoned his shield, gets taken down.
Oh.
Worm is trying to lock this in. Ooh, nice C4 coming out from Chipper, taking out Dom. It's a 3v3, quite scary. Worm making it a 3v2 for the Jaeger bombs. Couple bullets flying through, but a beautiful flank. Nova taking out Worm, but gets traded out by Brochill. It's all up to Captain Yuri, who needs to try to lock this in. Brochill on a sliver of health, but it doesn't matter as Captain Yuri dies. And that puts us on to almost overtime. Jaeger bombs need to defend one more site in order to take us to OT. It didn't look like it would go this far, but it looks like neither team right now know how to attack Lair.
We could see a reverse sweep here. It's not going to be possible for Jaeger bombs to win a regulation anymore, but they could definitely take this map.
Yep. They just have to get through one more defensive round to guarantee themselves at least 1 point in overtime. But man, what a reverse sweep this would be if they hit it. They were down, what was it, 1-5 and then 1-6 even?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, what a comeback. Alright, and we get basement. For one more time, I feel like basement was definitely more in favor of Jaeger bombs for most of the round.
Yeah, I think so.
So this is a good site to be playing.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
As it looks like all of attack is going for a direct push through the warehouse, I believe that's the site.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the room, yeah. Zonus opening up the wall. Everyone just all focused through the... Just all pushing the Northodox side. Yeah, making their way into warehouse. Making sure there's gonna be no flanks from the yellow stairs. Nade coming in, trying to... I think that whiff. That will take out the barbed wire, though. So, Reese is safe. Go Michi! Taking out Dom, though. Does get traded out by Captain Yuri. I think he got maybe a little bit too brave hanging out there, but... You know, everyone was chasing him. 4-4. We're still even. Walls are getting opened up. There is pressure being placed here onto Missile. And Worm actually has a little bit of vert here against the team. I think he's worried about some flank pressure, but I think all players right now are... All the attack is just focusing on the first floor. Or sorry, on the basement floor. Captain Yuri taken out by Worm. There's some intel. They do know Worm is going to be upstairs. There's some... I think that's, again, potentially long angles or vertical play. Turn does eventually get Worm, so that should be everyone playing for site now. All of the defenders are on site. This is also a little bit scary because both Goat, Michi, and Worm were the 2 MVPs of Jaeger Bomb, so it'll be up to Reese, Chipper, and Brochill to hold this defense. It is a 3v3, and the timer is slowly ticking down. But it's a fairly standard. It's a fairly straightforward attack. I don't think they're doing anything crazy. Like, most of Jager bombs don't really have to worry about any weird flanks. It's gonna be a bunch of straight gunfights. Chipper winning the first one against Turn. That's just Nova and Zonus. Reese being an annoyance. That is Defuser lost in Locker, though, as Brochill gets taken out. Back to a 2-2, but right now Reese does not have a gun up, and I think Zonus is going for the rotate to the side. Chipper with another pick. It's a 2v1, and it's overtime as Reese gets the final pick. Puts that shield down and takes off the final head of Hiroshima Suns. Everyone gets a point. Let's go. It's Jager Bombs versus Hiroshima Suns. Are we getting the reverse sweep?
Well, considering that Jager Bombs has defense once again, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good for Jager Bombs.
Yeah, immediately going for basement first. I support this decision. This is definitely, I think, their best site.
I would have liked to see Hiroshima Suns trying to clear above more.
Yeah, they kind of let above be completely alone. So, again, Jager Bombs were very safe. They knew exactly where the attack was coming from. And they didn't have to worry about any sort of flanks or vertical play. And everyone who was roaming top floor easily got picks. So both Goat Michi and Worm on the roam got picks, even though they were traded out. Still, valuable damage taken to Hiroshima Suns. But we are now 6-6. Overtime has arrived, everybody. It will be exciting. The reverse sweep will definitely be also very exciting. I'll have to see. Bro, chill. I think just looking that the setup is okay. I'm sure that we are going to be seeing a bit of a change in pressure, hopefully. Though I do see most of the attack side is still opening warehouse. We do get some early fights here from Nova, though, who did spawn on the opposite side of the map. We are getting pressure from different parts of the map this time, at least. I think Hiroshima Suns learned their lesson that they need to make sure to pressure top floor some more. Potentially opening up some vertical angles, too. Don't know if they know exactly where the roam is. Because there is Legion hanging out on top floor. I think that's Goat Michi. Yeah. Both Goat Michi and Worm on the roam. Oh, he gets... Goat Michi got droned out, but Captain Yuri taken out. Dom taking out Worm and Goat Michi. This is definitely a worse position, though, for Jager Bombs than they had before. Almost had the trade, but Dom just a sliver of health better. Worm a little bit worried about their ping, but we'll have to see after this round is played out. We are 3 to 4. Still a lot of space that needs to be opened up from the Hiroshima Suns. I think a sliver damage onto Reese. But right now, it looks like... Ooh, some Flores drones coming, trying to chase away the clash. Potentially clear out wall denial as well. Dom on the hatch. He's looking for Reese. He knows where he is. Again, now we see the vert play actually coming in useful for Hiroshima Suns. Seeing Ash charges. Again, hitting Reese. Just ticking away at that damage. That is going to be the final Ash charge, though. As Brochill and Chipper and Reese, again, have to try to lock this round in for their team. More vert being opened up. A couple of smokes coming in as well. Luckily, Reese gets away with his life. Still getting with his life, though. Dom was looking for those toes. Flashes coming in, and oh no, Dom picks up Reese, Nova picking up Brochill. Chipper gets one, but he won't get any more as Nova finishes the round in favor of Hiroshima Suns, and they get to defend next. And we've seen how defender side of this map is.
We have, but Hiroshima Suns was able to pull off an attack, so maybe Jager bombs can as well. We'll have to see where they go.
They're going to have to if they want to keep their chances of winning up alive. And we're going to see a top floor defense. Honestly, I'm pretty sure Hiroshima Suns have not really had any issues defending the top floor.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
I think the only one they lost was the tertiary site.
Yeah.
And with that, you know, we're getting your standard setup. Got turn with the Denari as well to set up a whole bunch of tripwires all over the place.
And Dom back on Pulse, so.
Yeah, now the real question is, will somebody actually hunt down Dom? We don't have any special operators for it. But we'll have to see if Jager bombs are any more careful because, man, Dom just kept getting allowed to get away with murder. And it looks like he's going to be looking for a spawn peek here as well. Hanging out on the door. Is Jager bomb's going to be ready for this? It looks like they're going on quite the walk, so maybe not.
Oh.
Ooh, C4 coming out does not do any damage. All right, well, at least that's the C4 taken out from Dom's kit, so you can be a little bit less scared of getting C4 from the floor. But Dom can still provide valuable information, and I'm sure didn't quite check. Okay, Dom does not have the shotgun, so it'll be slightly harder for him to try to shoot anyone from the floor as well. While Goat Michi is trying to, I think, clear the main floor. Trying to just hold a flank position. Pushes his way forward. I don't know if they know exactly where Dom is, but I know Goat Michi wants him. Looking at the wrong angle, though, this time as they're crossing over. And, ooh, Goat Michi wins it! As Zonus disconnects. Very unfortunate. But this does put Jager bombs in a good position to win this round. 5v3. Captain Yuri, Nova, and Turn are gonna have to try to hold this together for their team. For the minute and a half remaining, there's still a decent amount of time for attack to pressure site. But not too much has been opened. We are finally getting some more open as well, though. Worm opening up the storage wall. As looks like Reese is pushing up the hallway. Gonna get some intel on where these defenders are playing. It's all just kind of a waiting game. As Turn is just holding patiently on their angle.
Oh.
Does pick up... Oh, Reese and Goat Michi immediately going down. Worm does get Turn, though. 3v2, suddenly evened up a lot. Chipper does want to get somewhere to get a plant down. The smokes are going down to stall them out. And everyone has actually rejoined the group here. I feel like this is getting maybe a little bit too direct of a take. We've got a nice long angles right now. Captain Yuri and Nova trying to cover the push. Bit of chip damage coming in from everyone. Brochill being taken out. Worm on a sliver of health. Plant going down. Worm picking up Nova. Captain Yuri taking out Worm, and Captain Yuri wins it for Hiroshima Suns. There's not going to be any rehost. It didn't matter that we had a disconnect. Hiroshima Suns win 8-6. Captain Yuri clutching up for his team.
Yeah, very, very good game, very competitive game. And even though Jager bombs didn't win, they did still secure points there for taking it to overtime.
Yep, that will be 1 point to Jaeger Bombs, and it will be 5 points total for Hiroshima, for they won Chalet Regulation 7-4 and then Lair in overtime for 8-6.
Yes. Sorry, my computer is being a little slow, but we can hopefully get...
Trust me.
Oh, yep, 8 crashed.
But it's probably your game crashing
Yeah.
again.
it sure did crash.
Observation apparently right now on Siege is just a little bit cursed. For both me and you. Yeah.
That's okay. We're back now, and we can try to get in a interview. Hello.
What a clutch, Captain
Hello.
Yuri. Beautiful finish to the end of Lair. How did that feel?
Thank you. It was a little nerve-wracking not being able to close out an attack, but I mean, they all came down to like 1v1s or clutches, so it wasn't that bad of a situation. We knew once we won that attack, well, at least I knew once we won that attack on overtime, we could close it out on defense.
So, set the record straight. Did you have an illegal skin on?
No, that was actually the Halloween skin.
Okay.
Yeah. Last time I recall, the Halloween skin was not in the rulebook to be banned.
It is not. It is not.
Worm just wanted his points because he was scared to lose.
But also, I gotta say, who was it? Dom on your team playing the Pulse? Absolutely great player. Got allowed to get so many kills from below.
Yep. Yeah, we just try to let him do his thing. I know what he's capable of, so I always try to just let him play what he wants to play, let him do his solo thing, so most of the time it pays off.
Definitely paid off here. What do you feel about your matchup next week? Let me just pull up the schedule here.
Who is next week?
You are going to be playing Team Willie.
Team Willie. I ain't too worried.
You're not too worried? All right.
Hey, what is that? Twist, Willie, Band, Robbie. I ain't too worried.
I don't know. Robbie the Demon can really turn it around.
He can, but if you talk that mental game, they usually fall.
Do you feel like your team has an advantage in the mental game?
If I let loose of a couple of the players, probably, yeah. Been pretty passive because there's no need to, but if it comes down to it, we'll pull out the mental game warfare.
Fair enough.
Feel like if we were on our A game most of the time, we could be any team in the league. Just like last season. Keep bringing it on. Trying to be the back-to-back first TBI season champ. Good
confidence, sounds like. Do you have any, I guess, final closing words? Unless, of course, Spicy, you had more questions.
Nope.
No, I'm good. Thank you guys for casting again. Thank you everybody watching, and hope to see y'all next week. Hopefully we get casted next week. But yeah.
I hope so too. Yep. It was a very fun game to watch, so. And congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to bring in our representative from Jager Bombs, Reese. Hello, Reese.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. That was a good 2 maps. Watching you guys play, you almost had the reverse sweep there on Lair. Walk us through that. How did you guys keep the mental?
You know what? Mental was good the whole time. We've got a good group.
That's great.
Yeah, we're pretty good about not tilting. Yeah, no. Good group. I think Nick came in clutch. He DM'd me, pick a shield, please. I think he was frustrated watching me try to take gunfights. So after that, it seemed like we locked it in a little bit. And yeah, it's unfortunate it went the way that it did, but I'm happy with what we did today, and I think everybody shares that.
Yeah, that was still an incredible recovery, at least being able to bring it all the way to OT. Like, again, most teams you feel would kind of give up seeing that 1-6 scoreline.
Oh no, we never any doubt in our minds. We had that.
Yeah.
We were confident. Yeah. Unfortunate we couldn't close it out, but yeah, no. Like I said, we got a good squad.
Well, for next week, you guys are against the Marlboro Men. Do you have any thoughts about that?
I think I personally am going to play a lot more Clash and a lot less guns. But in terms of our team, I think we have a better feeling of what maps we want to go to and maybe what maps we want to avoid a little bit. And I think we're happy. We're really happy with where we're at so far this season. And yeah, I don't know. Just going to get some more reps in, and we're looking forward to it. I think next week's going to be good.
That's good. Are you a team that practices? Do you scrim together?
Every so often, probably about as much as everybody else, honestly. But you know, we're talking, we're brainstorming. We've got some stuff going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, you're chefing it up.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Mari, do you have any questions for Reese?
Nope, I think we are good. Do you have any closing statements for the rest of our viewers, Reese?
I just want everybody to, you know, just keep an eye on us. I think I think we're gonna look a lot better later in the season. So just keep watching. That's what I gotta say.
Well, I'll definitely keep watching. You guys definitely surprised us with almost getting reverse sweep and ended up securing points in Lair. And I do think that next week it's gonna look quite different because I do think that Hiroshima Suns was predicted to be one of the strongest teams. So you had a good showing against them if it does come down to you two in the finals.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope we get the chance to play them again.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for the interview, and thank you for the cast, Mari.
Yep, no problems.
And there is another cast going on right now. If people want to move over to Dilly's stream, I will try to link it below. But yeah, that's the cast. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for casting.